So this leaked in the early morning. Well, I was fast asleep and I woke up this morning, and this is very cool to see the next Xbox console. This is the new discless Xbox Series X design with a new gyro control. Seemingly has been leaked and put out there in the FTC versus Microsoft court documents that have been flowing out over the last couple of days. New documents being published, and we are learning a lot about the business strategy of Xbox for the future and just the future of the gaming industry when it comes to Xbox being a major player. So here is the console itself. This is from a slide deck specifically from Microsoft, where they are going over lots of numbers here, as well as the future of this generation. And it is the codename Brooklyn Xbox Series X refresh. Now, from what I understand, this isn't a more powerful console. This isn't the Xbox Series X Pro. It is just a redesigned console that does exactly what the Series X does in terms of the output of power. Now, what is interesting is they are saying this is the most powerful Xbox ever. So you can still say that about the Series X, but it is staying in line with that power narrative. It says the Brooklyn will deliver 4K Gen 9 console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, and a more immersive controller, and a beautiful redesign that elevates the all digital experience of the Xbox ecosystem. You can see here it is a cylindrical design now. Now, to be completely honest, I think the Series X in its current form is a great size. It's a good design. It's very simple. It fits in with pretty much any entertainment system out there. I don't know how much they're going to be able to improve on that. I see this here, and it seemingly is going to be looking around the same size, maybe a slightly bit smaller, because it doesn't have the disk drive of the Xbox Series X. For me personally, I would rather have that disk drive in there, as I am somebody who still enjoys having physical copies of games. I know I'm a little bit old school like that, but I do like that. So not having a disk drive there with the Series X is kind of disappointing. I wonder if they are going to be adding on an external disk drive similar to the rumors that we have been seeing with the PlayStation 5, because we are multiple years into this generation and there's people who still have huge physical collections of games that they have bought for their Xbox Series X, and if they're not able to use it on this thing here, that will be disappointing. This here, giving our fans more to love, beautiful and innovative new design. There's more internal storage, so this is great to see. There's going to be 2 terabytes of storage on this version of the Xbox Series X. There will be a USB-C front port with power delivery. Right now on the Series X, it's just the USB-A, the old USB stuff there. So cool to see that they're putting USB-C in there. There'll be all new, more immersive controller, which I'll go over later on, and it will be the same price of $499. Now, the updated technologies, all new Southbridge to modernize the I/O and sustainability efforts, Wi-Fi 6E radio for better throughput latency and interference mitigation. Good to see there that they're always trying to improve on that Wi-Fi, as I've obviously, to get the best stability when you're playing online is to have a wired connection into your console itself. But I mean, we're at this point now where it's just unrealistic for everybody to have a wired connection into their Xbox. So great Wi-Fi is vital, especially with the amount of multiplayer games out there on Game Pass and how big Xbox is for multiplayer. A Bluetooth 5.2 radio for improved accessory experiences, and a 6 nanometer die shrink for improved efficiency. So I'm gonna go with that 6 nanometer chip. Improved sustainability story. So they're going to be talking here about just kind of the reduction in the overall power. So reduced PSU powered by 15%. New lower power standby mode is 20% of the current Xbox Series S standby mode. Increased use of PCR on housing to less than 30%, and 100% recyclable package. So this is Brooklyn, the Xbox Series X refresh that is supposedly coming in 2024. We obviously haven't seen this official announcement, and I'm sure if Xbox is waking up right now and seeing the leak of all of their upcoming tech that they probably wanted to do a nice big announcement for, they're probably somewhat disappointed, but it's expected with everything that is going on with the FTC versus Microsoft stuff and the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now, here is the new controller. I think it's Sebile or Sebile. I'm not sure. You guys tell me in the comments. Everyone's always making fun of how I say things with my Canadian accent, but I don't care. Anyways, tell me how to say this. This is the new Xbox controller. They say Ubiquity, play anywhere, Xbox Wireless 2, direct to cloud, Bluetooth 5.2, seamless pair and switch. New mobile app features are coming to see paired devices and cloud and manage devices and accessories. So there's going to be some new features that just make it easier to use via the mobile app. Now, here is where things get very interesting. They are actually doing somewhat of an update to this, and people will probably be happy to hear this. So there is going to be some haptic feedback added into this new Xbox controller. If there's one thing that I would say Xbox could add to improve the controller, would be improved rumble with some haptic feedback stuff. I don't care about the triggers like the PlayStation 5 triggers. I don't like those whatsoever. So I hope that that is nothing that Xbox ever does put in their controller. I actually rather their impulse triggers that they currently have on there, even going all the way back to the Xbox One. The ergonomic design of the Xbox controller I find is far better than the PlayStation controller. So I hope they don't change that up too much. But here's where they can improve, and that is with haptic feedbacks. And they say there's going to be precision haptic feedback, VCA haptics double as speakers. Pretty cool to see, so you can make sounds out of that. Is another cool feature of the haptics. I believe the DualSense as well, the haptics make noises while you're in the game and kind of gives you this extra sense of immersion. There will be an accelerometer, wider buttons, and thumbsticks. And I hope it isn't too quiet, because that is another thing that I don't like about the PS5 DualSense are the buttons, the face buttons. They're just not much travel on them. They're squishy. It almost feels like you really got to press hard to get anything from them. I like the travel on the current Xbox controllers, even if they are a bit louder. So I hope they don't dumb it down too much in terms of the travel of when you're pressing the button. Again, they're going with sustainability as, I guess, one of their main features with these new things that they're putting out. Something that probably, I'm not sure how much this means to the overall consumer, but it definitely looks good from their business perspective. So they're going with the sustainability stuff. It says do good, feel good, rechargeable and swappable batteries, recycled materials and less resin, repair and disassembly, durable and reliable new modular thumbsticks, improved longevity and continued build improvements. The thumbsticks is something that every single controller needs to improve on Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox in terms of stick drift. So if they're going to improve on that and make that much more reliable, that is great to hear. They say here approachability, engage and delight, lift to wake. So I guess you just lift up your controller and it turns on your Xbox. That's kind of cool. Familiar Xbox feel, same ergonomics as Merlin. Good to hear. Same layout and activation forces. Again, good to hear. And then there's the SE, LE, and XDL options are expected. So there you have it. Brand new Xbox Series X refresh, Brooklyn, essentially just a digital version of the Series X with some smaller updated features in there. The bigger thing here, I would say, is the new controller with the haptics. And I'm sure if you don't want to pick up the Brooklyn, you're going to be able to pick up this controller on its own. And all this stuff is supposed to be coming in 2024. And here is the launch timeline. What is interesting here is that there's another one here, which is the Elwood 1 terabyte launch, $299, which you could assume is an updated Xbox Series S. But they just released an updated Xbox Series S with the black one with the 1 terabyte. So I don't know if that's what the Elwood is, and maybe they just released it earlier than they thought, or are they updating the Xbox Series S again with just some new features, as they say here, maybe with like Wi-Fi 6E support and Bluetooth 5.2, and then it also includes that new controller. And then later on in 2024, the Brooklyn 2 terabyte launch will be coming. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And the other thing is, they do mention here that console customization via the Microsoft Xbox Design Lab program is also mentioned under a list of goals that the company wants to achieve by 2030. So there may be a point coming up where, as we know with the controllers, you can make your own custom controller, put your gamer tag on it, just come up with some really cool stuff. You may be able to actually do that with an Xbox Series console. And a new Elite controller is discussed in the same section, which would presumably include the same updates as the main controller refresh. That would make complete sense if they do come out with a refresh controller to put out an Elite version of it. So cool to see that as well. So lots of information coming out, guys. I'm probably going to be making, again, multiple videos over the next couple of days, because some of the documents that we didn't see previously with the FTC versus Microsoft case now are all getting published, and everybody is seeing it. So I don't know how Xbox would feel about this. I mean, they probably don't want everybody knowing about their upcoming console, their upcoming refresh controller. This is one of the unfortunate things of the FTC versus Microsoft case. If you are working at Microsoft, but as a gamer, as a consumer, we're getting all of this stuff early in terms of the information. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.